Hello second grade, so today we're going to start this paper weaving in the secondary colors. And the way that we start it is we start with a white piece of paper. You're going to fold that paper in half. You are going to take a 2-inch ruler, which is basically a piece of thin cardboard that I cut 2 inches wide. And I have 2 inches written on it just so I know how wide it is. And you're going to slide this up to the top of your paper. And the top of your paper is the opening part. So I can take and open this up. And this is my fold and my crease down here. So up at the top where it's, you can open it up. You're going to slide this 2-inch ruler up to the top. Line up this top edge of the ruler with the top edge of your paper. And then you're going to draw a line on the other side of the ruler, at the bottom of the ruler. And then right above here, you're going to write your name, right above the line, and the day you have art, day A, day B, day C. And then you're going to take your ruler, and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go left to right. If you're left-handed, you'll probably start right and go to left. You're going to slide your ruler over to one side, line up the side of the ruler with the side of your paper, and then you're going to draw a line, starting at this horizontal line across your paper, all the way down to the folded edge. And then this space right here should be as wide as the ruler, 2 inches. Then you're going to slide the 2-inch ruler over, line it up with that last pencil line that you drew. Make sure it's nice and straight, and then draw another line from the horizontal line straight down, vertical, to the folded edge. Slide it over, and you're going to keep doing this until you get all the way to the edge of your paper. As you're doing this, you want to make sure these lines stay vertical and they don't start going more diagonal. So if you do this correctly, you should be able to, you should draw 5 lines across. Or if you count your spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So then you're going to take a scissor and you're going to cut these vertical lines from the fold all the way up to the horizontal line, and you're going to stop as soon as you get to that horizontal line. Now you want to cut this as straight and smooth as possible, because if you cut it really jagged, you're going to have a hard time weaving your strips. And our learning objective for this assignment is to create a simple over-under paper weaving technique. Now the reason you want to cut right up to the horizontal line and stop is because when you weave your first strip, if you have some cuts that are above the line and some cuts that are below, your strip might be crooked. So you want all of these cuts to stop right at this crisscross line. I kept my paper folded so that now when I open up my weaving, it's all in one piece and we just have these slits down the middle of the paper, but it's connected at the top and the bottom. So you're going to go over to my box and you're going to choose 2 colors of the largest strips. So you're going to choose probably about 3 or 4 of each color. So I have 3 orange and I'll choose 4 green. And you're going to alternate the colors. You're going to go green, orange, green, orange, green, orange, or orange, green, orange, green. Now you might choose purple and do purple, orange, or purple, green, purple, green. So now I'm going to take this green strip and I'm going to start weaving it into my paper. There are 2 parts to a weaving. There is the warp, which is the base of the weaving, and then there's the weft, which are the strips that you weave into the warp. So now I'm going to take the weft, weave it into my warp. So I'm going to go over the first one with the weft, lift up the second one. Since I'm right-handed, I go this direction. If you're left-handed, you might go the other direction. Lift up the next strip and go under it. Go over this one, lift up the 4th, over the 5th, under the 6th. And then you push this straight up. And this is why you wanted to cut and stop right at that horizontal line, so this strip will go straight across. So now I'm going to go to orange and I'm going to do the opposite. So remember, our learning objective is to create a simple paper weaving with the over-under weaving technique. So we went over, under, over, under, over, under with the green. Now we're going to alternate and go under, over, under, over, under, over, and push this right up against the last strip so that you get this checkerboard effect, this checkerboard pattern. You know you've done it wrong if you create more of a stripe pattern instead of a checkerboard pattern. So if you do it like this, you're not alternating over under, you're doing the same. So you're going over both of them, under both of them, over, under, and you want it to be alternated. So you want to do the opposite of what the green is. So if the green is on top, the orange goes under. Now I go back to green, and all the greens are done exactly the same. So is the green over or under this first white paper strip? It's over. So I'm going to start over, under, under. Then go back to orange. I do the orange the exact same way I did the first orange. So is the orange over the white or under this first white? It's under. So I'm going to start under, over, under, over. Now as you push these strips close together, they really do hold this space and their shape, and they don't go anywhere. If you weave incorrectly, the strips will kind of move and be free form and kind of flow wherever they want to go. So you know you're doing it correctly if the strips are holding their space. Another mistake that sometimes is made is some people accidentally go over 2 spaces. So keep an eye out for that, and if you go over 2, just pull your strip out to where you made your mistake, and then start back with your alternating. Every time you weave a strip, push it up close to the last strip that you wove so it does hold its space and its shape. And this last strip goes here. Now when you get to your last strip, this space might be a little too skinny to fit your strip. So you might have to take your scissors and trim the long side of your strip to make it fit. But I don't have to. My strip looks like it's going to fit just fine. It's going to be a little tight, but it'll fit. Alright, and so now I have met the learning objective to create a paper weaving with the simple over-under weaving technique. But does this weaving look like this weaving? No. We're going to take it a step further because I know you can do it 2nd grade. So I'm going to challenge you to do some over weaving. So after you get the simple over-under weaving technique with the largest strips, you're going to go to the medium strips. And I want you to pick the color that you did not use. So I used orange and green, so what color's left over of the 3 secondary colors? Purple. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get some purple strips. And I'm just going to, I don't have to worry about the over-under anymore. What I do is just take the purple strip and I set it on top of my strip that I wove, the green one, and I slide it right across. And I try to keep it right in the middle of the green. So when the green is under the white, the purple is under the white as well. When the green is over the white, the purple is over the white. And now I'm going to take this purple strip and go on top of the orange. Don't make the mistake of going like this, because the purple's on top of the white, but the orange is under the white. You got to slide that under all the way across and try to keep it right in the middle. Okay. So now, are we finished? Let's look at our original finished weaving. Here's our finished one. Does this one look like this one? Nope, it doesn't. We are missing the vertical weaving now. So now we're going to take it even a further step. So far we've just woven horizontal, side to side. Now we're going to weave vertical up and down. And this time, for the vertical weaving, I want you to choose 2 colors again. And it can be the same 2 that you chose in the beginning, or 2, maybe I choose purple and orange or something like that. So it's up to you. And you're going to go to the box that has the very long strips. So far we've used the fat strips that are short, the skinnier strips that are short, and now you're going to go to the box that has the really, really long strips. And I'm going to choose green and purple. And you probably only need 3 greens and 3 purples. And you're just going to alternate these. So since I'm choosing green, I don't want to weave green under green. So I'm going to start with purple, and I'm going to weave it underneath the green. So I don't have to worry about over under again. This is over weaving. So over weaving, you just slide it on top of the white from top to bottom. And that one was pretty easy because that's the end of the strips there. And so I could essentially have just picked these up and slided them. So now I'm going to go to green, and this time I'm going to go under all the oranges and stay on top of the white. So I'm over weaving the white. So before, when we did the over weaving, we were over weaving green and orange. So now we are over weaving the white paper, the warp part of our weaving. And this is the weft. Go back to purple. And try to make these long strips line up with the top edge and the bottom edge of the white paper. Alright, and then the last thing to do is going to take just a little bit of time, but it is definitely worth the effort, is to glue the ends of all your strips. So I start with the horizontal strips, the ones going across, and what you do is you lift the end of the strip that's on top, so that's going to be the green, and you put a line of glue right across the purple strip and the white paper and squish the green. Then lift up the purple going across, put a line of glue on the green, and squish it down. And when you glue these down, try to make sure that these overweaving strips are in the center of the strips underneath. Another line of glue. And look, this strip is sticking off the white a little bit too far, so I'm going to come to this side and pull the green a little bit. There we go. So it's lined up at the edge and looks nice and neat, and it's not crooked or hanging off one side. Okay, and then I go to this side, and the orange is on top on this side. This also helps to keep those strips that are going up and down underneath the edges, these ones on the ends. Alright, so my horizontal strips on each side are glued down. So now I need to glue down the ends of my vertical strips. So I'm going to lift this up, put a line of glue, and unfortunately I didn't have this purple strip pulled where it needed to go, so I'm actually going to fix this because it's not lining up with the top edge of my paper. So before you glue these strips on the side, you're going to want to make sure that you've got your vertical strip lined up with the top and the bottom of your paper, so you don't have to do what I just did. All right, because I don't want you to rip your weaving. Okay. I think I forgot to glue this strip down here. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to lift up, big long line of glue, short line of glue, lift up the green, big long line of glue. Okay, and then we do the bottom. And then if you want, you know you have these strips on the back, you could lift the white up and you have these strips here that aren't glued, and you just put a line of glue on the top of each of these strips, but make sure the overweaving strips are in the middle. And then you'll just squish the white down on top, and then you'll do the other side. Lift the white up, and a line of glue across both strips. And look, this purple one is not in the middle of the green, so I'm going to scoot that up. And then finish my line of glue, okay? And then squish the white down. And there you have your secondary colored paper weaving. Good job, second grade.